Hey, welcome back in the huddle. Scott's over here, ready to discuss everything happened in week 3 and everything that happened in week 4. I think we had a pretty good guess of what was going to happen in week 3. It planned out the way we said it would. What you think?
I'm supposed to be in the bottom three teams. So ironic, I'm in the top three right now. So that's all I'm gonna say. Keep it
But
humble.
who said you're going to be in the bottom 3 though?
Our first guest, Mario, said I was gonna finish. So I'm gonna make that a thing every
Yeah.
week. Every week.
You're right. You're right. You undefeated, but you got me this week. We'll get to that.
That bullshit.
We'll get to that. So, welcome everyone. Today's the first installment of our what we'll call the manager spotlight. We want to go over. We want to bring somebody in from the league and interview them, ask some questions about their management style and how they feel about the league and so on and so forth. So, for our first guest, we want to bring in
Lame man, nigga.
our boy EJ. Let me bring him in here for a second. Here we go. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's good, my boy? Why you set me up like that? That's what I want to know.
Hey, look, you can look at it two ways. One, I didn't even know you was playing this weekend. Two, it was payback for taking Nico Collins from
Nico,
me.
I tried to help you out. Gustavo robbed you.
Well, hold on.
I mean, look. There was a method to my madness.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. So to start off, we wanted to ask EJ some questions about the league, but because we did have a trade that happened today, we wanted to go over it real quick and just get right to the bullshit. So I'll start off. So this is how it went down. So I hit him up and was like, "Look, I'm looking at the league all the time, trying to find ways to trade and find trade partners." So I
Take advantage of people.
See, you look at it in a negative light.
Everybody does it, but not everybody falls for it.
So I saw he needed a little bit of help at quarterback. So I hit him up and said, "Hey, I initially just wanted Drake London, but I said, let me ask you about CD, see if he's available for trade." And so he was interested. He had an idea like, I bet you can look at your roster and see what you got. So I think I offered you, but I saw what he had in his team. I said, if I want CD, I probably would need to give up a lot. And I said, I don't want to do that trade. So I offered up something small. I think it was like D Hop and Dalton for like who was it for? Pittman and Evan Ingram. That's what it was. And then he rejected that. And then he offered me CD, Pittman, and Christian Kirk for Jaden Daniels, Rashee Rice, and Alan Lazard. And I was like, Rashee Rice is a little too steep. Like, he's number one receiver right now in the league.
That was a good response. He started out okay. Now tell me what happened.
Yeah. Go ahead.
EJ, go ahead. Tell me.
What was it? Friday or Thursday? You offered up Jaden Daniels, and I was like, I'm giving you a starter receiver. You try to give me Tank from the Texans, and I was like, I need more. But when I looked at the trade you sent today, I just did some math. CD got me 6 points one week, 20 points the next. With Dolan, that's an easy 20, 25. Olave is the number one option. So we do the math, I'll trade the 20 points from CD for 40. Now, and I told Gustavo, I said, me giving you CD is putting you over the top. But when I did the math, hey, I was trying to get rid of CD after they signed that. So
but
that's crazy because that math is not math, my boy.
Let's rewind though, because I almost fucked up, Scholar. I almost pulled a Dak Prescott trade like last year. So I offered this man. I said, I can't give you Rashee Rice, but I'll give you Jaden Daniels, Tank Dell, and Lazard for a CD and Pittman. And he rejected
it. and that's why you're in last place. It's not your year.
Hey, it's my first year.
But I was like, and this is before the games that started that Sunday. And then I was like, man, he rejected it. And I was thinking about it. And then Richardson started playing like shit. And then and luckily I had benched him this week, and then I put Jaden in, and he went off on Sunday. And I was like, yeah, at this point now he's not. I'm not trading Jaden. I'm keeping him.
Gotta buy when the stock is low.
Yeah, and then so from there we just started going back and forth. I think you offered me something like Derek Carr and CD. Was that just for Jaden Daniels?
Nah, it was Derek Carr, CD for Jaden, and I think it was somebody else, but it might have been just for Jaden. It was somebody else though. Yeah, but yeah,
And
Derek
so,
Carr and CD.
So I just want to say to all the other fantasy owners, y'all should have hit up EJ because you would have hit a walk-in lick. That's crazy.
But hold on, there's more though. There's more though. So we've been talking about this trade since like Saturday, like back and forth, At one point, I did offer him Anthony Richardson and I think it was Tank Dell. No, Richardson, Singletary, and Tank Dell.
And Tank Dell.
For CD and Bucky Irvin.
Oh, nah, that ain't it.
I thought it was a decent trade. He was just like, nah, I don't want to give up.
I mean, look, Richardson, I feel like Richardson is a week away from getting benched.
I don't know about that, but because he's still technically a rookie, he ain't play a full season, so he's trying to get back into it coming off of an injury. So, like, it's not time to panic yet, but he does not look good right now. But
he don't look comfortable.
But give him some time. It's week 2, week 3. Like,
yeah, but look, I'm a Gator fan.
He wasn't good at Florida.
He wasn't good at Florida. So.
Well, I mean, I feel like we kind of knew this about him. Like we knew he was low floor, high ceiling. Like he gonna put up some duds like he did the past 2 weeks. But there's gonna be a few weeks this year where he's gonna give you the QB1 points for that week.
You gotta run the ball.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I definitely agree. And I know that would happen. So I figure he may still finish like top 10, depending on how many games he puts up.
If they're not willing to run him, I mean, he's not effective. He has 4.4 speed, and they're keeping him in the pocket. But they don't want him to get hurt, so I get it.
Yeah,
he got hurt last year on the scramble. So, but it is what it is. You got Jaden Daniels averaging what 13, 14 rushes a game.
Yeah. But I think though that they'll figure that shit out at some point in time. They'll start running him and doing more QB runs and more scrambles, stuff like that.
Yeah, then we can trade for him.
Yeah. Yo, I'm done now. My squad is good where it's at right now.
Yeah, I bet. All right, let's get into these questions, man. I'm tired of hearing this disappointment, this embarrassment of a trade.
Hey, look. When the shit works, don't remember this.
When it works for Gustavo, absolutely.
He can make more trades off of this and still build this team up. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, look. It's a long season. It's a
long season. Rebuild year.
My first year?
Yeah, like.
Because I ain't, look. You didn't explain the rules to me. You didn't explain everything to me.
Okay, so.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. I want to parlay that into this question. So my first question to you is, when we actually joined the league, what was your first impression when you saw the settings for the league? Because they are different from others.
Well, I didn't see the lineups until we was already doing the draft. So my first impression was this is different. This is different. It's very different, and I was not prepared at all. At all. Like my first thought was like, damn, I need to really be prepared next year and everybody in the league know they shit. So
yeah,
I'm like,
this is a super competitive league.
Yeah,
me and Scott was talking about how like. I wasn't. You said you weren't prepared. I wasn't prepared at all, especially with the rule changes, the super flex. I mean, it was just next year. I just know I gotta be on my game before the draft.
I wasn't prepared player wise, but I had a draft board, and I told you people hoard QBs.
Yeah,
I said that in the text.
That is not how that went. So
we're gonna pull up the screenshot of me saying people hoard QBs, and I'm gonna put it in the video.
I'm gonna tell you how I interpret it. So I saw
you put it right here.
The roster from last year where they drafted me. I was like, oh, taking quarterback first round. That's how you should have known. I ain't know the lineup was. and then you said hoard quarterbacks, or you said something like niggas be holding quarterbacks. You said something like that,
and that should let you know.
No. I just read it wrong because I wasn't thinking. I still hadn't seen the lineups. I still hadn't seen that line. I'm like, why would you hoard quarterbacks? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in 4 leagues. I've never been in a league with the super flex like that, so it was new to me. So it's a learning.
Wow.
It's a learning season.
So this is your first league playing Superflex.
Yes, it's a learning season.
Okay.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, so what other platforms do you play on? Is it all Yahoo?
I'm on 2 for Yahoo, the other league, the Justice League.
Right.
1 with ESPN, and then there's a league or app called Sleeper.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard of it. I haven't heard of it until last week. I'm on the league on that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So going into that, what do you think your best trade is as a manager?
The best trade that I've made?
Trait.
Oh, trait. Oh, I'll say this. In the past, I've been able to pick players that kind of pick it up towards the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Usually rookies, like rookie receivers, usually pick it up the second half of the season.
Yeah.
So
That's big.
in the past, I've kind of been good at that. So if you look at even the other league, I've always gotten off to a bad start or a slow start, but my teams pick it up as the year goes on.
I feel like every league you start off with a bad start and then you pick it up.
I pick it up because
that's Gustavo though.
That's how I've been.
I mean, it backfires sometimes because some players never actually pick it up, but sometimes you gotta get to play. It's a long season. It's a long season.
You gotta draft for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
So when you went
and the keepers was a new thing for me too.
Yeah.
Cause shit, I kept a defensive player and we doing
and then drop them.
Oh yeah, you get Justin Reed, right?
I'm like,
I forgot about that.
Just bad decisions all the way
around.
We're gonna throw this year out the books.
So next year you're gonna be at the actual house for the draft.
Yes, and that, you see, it's karma. It's karma. That's all it is. It's karma.
Yeah.
Because I ain't show up, all this is happening. So it's just karma. Next year we're gonna play a little different.
So when you went into the draft, who was the one player that you really, really wanted to have? Like, who's the one player you was really targeting to get?
Well, players that were available.
Available, yeah.
I mean, off the back it was CD.
Okay.
Just because he was the best receiver, best option available. Mm-hmm. So, but I didn't know who. Like, I'm over here searching for players and that popping up, and then I'm like, oh well.
Yeah.
So it's always important to look at the keepers list so you can plan out your draft board.
Yes.
Which gets sent out a week prior to the draft.
That I did not look at. That I did not look at.
So you had the tools available to you.
Yes, I didn't utilize my resources. That's what I didn't do. But I'm learning.
So coming off of this trade, how competitive do you think your team is going to be?
I got 2 quarterbacks now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 quarterbacks, and at least Andy Dalton knows what he's doing.
That's true.
And they got nothing to lose, so hopefully they throw the ball 30 times a game.
You my Carolina Panthers of this league. You ain't got nothing to lose.
Nah, don't say that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You're right. They got more wins than you do.
So
has anybody ever gone over? And what's how many weeks? 15? 14?
I mean, like defeated?
Yeah, like lost every game.
Nah, but we had somebody who won like
1 or 2,
3. Yeah.
Hey, look, every year's a new year.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm the same way. I started off like 0-4, sometimes at 1-5, and still managed to come back. It's just the way you draft.
It's a long season.
The league breaks. Yeah.
But in one league, I got half his starters injured. So
yeah,
it's a long season.
So you feel your team is pretty okay now? I
don't feel like my team is okay, but I have 2 quarterbacks. Which helps.
Where do you rank yourself now? You got to rank yourself amongst all 10 of us.
I mean,
and just remember, it's your year.
Yeah, speak into existence. I mean, look, I'll say this: until Drake, London, and Pittman get more targets, I'm still in last. Like, they got the potential to put up big numbers, but because Richardson is struggling right now, and for some reason Cousins just doesn't want to throw the ball to Drake London, they're not putting up big numbers. But their number one options and they have the potential to put up big numbers.
I think
So I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I think they're going to throw it to London more. If when you watch the game last week, they started getting him the ball in the last quarter more, and they're doing like the tall stacks and speed receivers on one side, more height
He
on
gets a
one
lot of
side.
red zone targets. He gets a lot of red zone targets.
Yeah, he does.
So that helps. I just need Richardson to get his shit together with Pittman. Let's get some targets.
I think that the problem was too that Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles in his non-throwing foot, his front foot, and Cousins tore his in his back foot, his throwing foot.
Yeah.
So it's like
it
takes more time for him to recover from that. I think halfway through the season, towards the end, is when you're really going to see the Falcons pick things up.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see him getting better from game to game.
Right.
He's definitely gotten better from game to game. I mean, the first game when they played the Steelers, he was stationary the whole game from the pistol.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So, and in the second game, he started going back on the center, drop back. So, I mean, he's definitely getting better. My running backs are fine. I feel like Jacobs, Harris, and Kenneth Walker been hurt since first week.
Right.
He had 100 yards.
Yeah.
But I like Bucky Irvin. I like Bucky Irvin to take over in a couple weeks. He's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, I do think he'll be RB1 when towards the middle end of the season. So
you got some pieces doing a few games. It's just how deep in the hole are you going to get?
Yeah.
How many total wins you think you'll have by the end of the season?
What was it, 14 weeks?
You need 8 to go to the playoffs. You need 8 to go to the playoffs for sure. 7 maybe if you have enough points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if everybody stays healthy, if everybody gets healthy, I got about 3 starters from week 1 that have been out.
Mind you have to think of the competition, not just your team.
Yeah, but if my main guys aren't healthy, then that plays a huge role in it. So if everybody's healthy, I mean, I can maybe we're gonna aim high here and say 4.
That's reasonable.
I mean, look, it's a learning season for me. So
Hey, look,
I mean, my first.
Ooh, but your week 12 your bye week on 12 is crazy.
Oh, wow, is it?
5 players out on bye. So that's the thing that be killing people, and that's where I think you can take advantage when people have stacked bye weeks for their starters, and the league is so deep. Everybody benches isn't crazy. So
but I'd rather have that though. I'd rather have a team that has all the buys the same week. I'll lose that game.
Get them out the way. Yeah,
exactly. Get them out the way.
So,
No, that's true.
That's not really a negative. I think the team
I only
has.
got a negative neither.
I think your team
is just 1 week.
is a little shallow, but I think you have some pieces. I mean, if we're gonna go ahead and say this year's a wash, let's just say this year's a wash. But optimistically, you have some pieces here that you can keep for a good lineup for next year.
And that's what I'm saying.
So that's kind of where my mind has been, I guess, today and the past couple of days is thinking about keepers, because now I know, have an idea. Okay, he has the potential to do this next year. If they improve in this, he can do this. This guy's getting a little older. Because I had a chance to keep
Kelsey,
Travis Kelsey,
Mm-hmm.
but then I'm like, he be on tour all summer. He in a relationship now. He getting a little older. I'm
he ain't doing shit neither. He's
just
damn
out
thing
there
right now.
Exactly.
Bruh.
So, but then I kept Njoku. Is that how you say that? Njoku from the Browns, and he been hurt all season. So, and he had a career year last year. So sometimes damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's not, you're not wrong. I wanted Evan Ingram off of him, but he wouldn't give me Evan Ingram. But I mean,
he just signed a contract. He gotta produce. He just got paid. He gotta produce.
But
that Jags
like shit right now.
I think they need to just start over. That offense does not look good.
Is Trevor Lawrence the most overpaid quarterback? It's looking like it.
I can't blame it solely on him. I can't blame it solely on him. I don't like their offense. He processes slow, and he can't anticipate. So some of it is on him, but also I don't know. Even their run game doesn't look good.
He's another athletic quarterback that doesn't use his legs.
enough. Yeah,
enough. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I get it, but then I'm like, when you're struggling, picking up those easy yardage can easily open up the offense for you.
yeah.
So
I think that the Jags is just a disappointment. I think Trevor Lawrence is a disappointment. I think Christian Kirk is overrated. I think,
overrated, overrated. I
yeah,
thought he was gonna have a big year too.
I feel bad for ETN because he's just not putting up numbers because he can't do it all himself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the over under on the coach getting fired? I mean, they were what? They were 0-3, right?
Yeah, I think he gets fired if they lose the next two games.
They
Yeah,
started slow last year too, though. Like they started slow and then picked it up
they didn't
towards the
start
middle.
0-3, did they?
I think no, they started 0-2, but they picked it up and then fell off at the end. So
But they do
Yeah.
that every year. So like when you
yeah,
look at that, it's like, all right, we're not really getting better.
no, they still living
Right.
off that 30-point comeback from when they beat the Chargers 2 years
And
ago.
crazy.
This is Lawrence's what, fifth year, sixth year, fifth
uh,
year.
fifth, maybe fifth. His
I want to
rookie,
say
yeah,
fifth.
his
I haven't
his
seen
fifth
much
year option.
improvement since he's been in the league. He's been pretty much
Right.
the same. Like you know what he is now.
But he's
Yeah.
been with Peterson the entire time, right?
No, he was
Mm-hmm.
with Urban Meyer the first year, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
Urban Meyer drafted him.
You're
Yeah,
right. Horrible.
Yeah,
that's
that was
probably the
really
reason
bad.
right there.
That was really
Can
bad.
recover.
I don't think that the team has pieces. The team definitely has pieces. Brian Robinson's good. Not Brian Robinson. What's his name?
Thomas.
Yeah, Brian Thomas is good. There's a Calvin Ridley's there. He's solid.
Nah, Calvin
No,
left.
he
He's
left.
with
He
the
left.
Titans
He's at
Gabe
now.
Tennessee.
Davis, Brian Thomas,
Yeah,
I mean, they
Christian
got
Kirk.
decent receiving core. They got
Yeah.
skill play. They got weapons.
It is the offensive play calling and scheme, and
Yeah.
Lawrence not being able to anticipate and process.
Yeah.
So it's like I just think they need a new coach.
Can the coach help the processing issues?
Yes,
So we
because you
get
make the
far
play
what,
call either.
week 8, week 9. What's the over under on the
Oh, him getting fired?
Yeah.
I'd say if they lose this weekend, and like it depends on how they lose, it could be next week.
That's what I'm saying. Like he got a couple weeks, and I said the same
They
thing.
got blasted last week.
Yeah,
Because it's not the losses, it's the way you're losing.
Yeah.
no, it's the
Like they're
losses too.
getting, but when you get blown out the word like that, to me that tells me you lost the locker room.
Yeah,
Like guys
Yeah.
aren't willing to play hard. Like these are good athletes. Like they have talent. You're not getting the most out of your guys. After that, like you losing on Monday night prime time.
Everybody see that.
right.
Everybody
You
see
got
that.
Josh Allen. Josh Allen MVP right now. Easily MVP.
Yeah.
So
That boy, nice.
he may look easy on Monday.
Yeah. So I guess you got one last question for you. So considering you're projected or you're trying your best to win 4 games, so you're out of it. So who do you think is the best to win the championship? Which team do you think has the best chance to win a championship?
The team I just helped.
So
We
basically,
had
he
this
says
conver- we
split the
look-
winnings.
We
He
had
said
this
split the
conversation
winnings.
because I said because he's trying to convince me that the trade's even. This was like over the weekend. I'm like, no, because you getting CD is putting you over the top because you don't need him,
Right.
essentially. So
I don't need
because
him,
he
no.
wasn't trying to give me a starter.
That's not true. So hold on. Let's
Tank
back
Dell
up.
does not start on
Let's
your
back
team.
up. So my team is pretty solid. So I was trying to say to him, like, there are certain players that are on my bench that would start on other teams.
And Tank
Just
Dell
because
and
you see-
Singletary would not start.
Singletary
Singletary
put
would
18
start.
points. Exactly.
Yeah,
He put
he
18
would
points
start.
last week. But my point was that you can't say that they're not starters because there are starters on like half the teams in the league. Like Singletary starting on a lot of teams in this league. Tank Dell is a third receiver in the Houston, but the Houston's a high-powered offense. You might start Tank Dell over like D-Hop, who's the number 1 receiver
Or
in
Adam
Tennessee.
Thielen.
Right, or Adam Thielen. Like he can still put up points, and he still has the upside. So I mean, like
Let me. I
my
didn't even
bench
see how
may
many
be
points
starting
he
on
had.
other people's teams. So like, he can't really say that I'm giving you not starters. I mean, my team's just I drafted well, in my opinion.
I just wanted to let y'all know the president just drove by my house. So if you hear the silence, I don't live in the hood. It is a presidential motorcade. And I wish I could show y'all the camera. It's like 30 police that just drove by. But yeah, you put him over the top. So was it an even trade? Absolutely not.
No trade would have been even unless he gave me Jane Daniels and Chris Olave.
I think you could have got more value.
I offered
and you turned it down.
But you rejected it. Yeah, right. So I mean, I was trying.
We call that user error.
When you say more value, which trade? Because none of them, I don't think any of them were even.
Okay, more value than what you got.
Me getting Anthony Richardson does not help me in the immediate future, and it might not help me in the future if he doesn't get better. At least Andy Dalton. This one.
I think he has a higher ceiling.
Anthony Richardson.
This season, he has a higher ceiling, and he's the starter. Nobody's taking his spot. Bryce might come back and play this year.
Andy Dalton just threw for 300. Bryce ain't coming back.
They said before the game that they wanted Bryce to come back and start. Yeah, that's before he threw up 300 yards. I think now at this point it's his spot to lose, but they were looking at bringing him back.
When they get out of playoff, when they get off in playoff contention in what 4 or 5 weeks, they're probably going to bring him back to get.
They was out of playoff contention when they drafted him. Being honest,
that's Alabama quarterbacks for you.
Yeah, we had a lot of options in there. I kept sending them, and this is where we at.
I like me getting Chris Olave. He's gonna have a big year. He's gonna continue to have big years in the future.
Olave's a good,
and he helps me in the immediate future so I can compete.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb.
Jaden Daniel would have did the same thing.
No, but I was 50-50 on Jaden Daniels on Friday, but then also I remember you gotta buy stock when it's low.
Yeah. I'm so glad you said no. I'm so glad you rejected that trade. If I would have traded him to you and he went off on Sunday, I would have been sick.
I mean, I feel like with my luck this year, if I would have traded for him, he would have stunk it up the rest of the year. I was like, that's a 50-50 toss. He's a rookie. Like on the path he's on right now. I mean, I don't know of any rookie that's had a better 3-game start that in the recent history that you can think of.
What about the guy who just had the greatest rookie season of all time?
No. The start of the season. I don't think C.J. Stroud started the season off like this hot. He got better.
I wouldn't say Jaden Daniels started the season hot. Like
his first game was kind of low. Second game was.
His first game, but he rushed. Didn't he rush for a touchdown and a few yards? His first game.
Yeah, his first game was decent, but it wasn't like.
And he wasn't doing anything when they played the Giants either. Yeah, he just had his first good game.
This is his first big game.
But I'm saying away from fantasy, away from fantasy of points. He's taking care of the ball. He's completing at a high rate.
That's true.
He's running the ball very well. He's showing how dynamic he is.
So you knew all of these things, and you did not accept the trade.
But again,
worst trade ever, EJ. Worst trade ever.
Had a game like he had on Monday. He hadn't had this breakout game. So.
All right, man. Well, we're going to get you off the air so you can think about this trade a little bit more, and we can go into these picks, man. It was great having you. I hope you have a good rest of your season, man. Gustavo, I'm sure, thanks you for that trade.
Hey, invite me back at the end of the season when I make the playoffs.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
for sure. Is that that's
you make the playoffs? I'll give you $100.
Double. Oh, you heard it here first.
Yeah, we shaking on that. We shaking on that.
So if you don't make the playoffs, you got to give me 50.
50? Nah. I give you 50 cents. I got 2 quarters right here for you.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on.
All right. Appreciate having me.
Thanks.
All right.
Man, they're strong, aren't they?
Man.
Is that Kamala or is that Trump?
Man, I hope it's Obama. Um, so let's get
All right.
into last week's picks
Yes,
because
yes,
I don't
yes.
know how you ended up beating me.
5 of 5. Every last pick I pick right. Every
Mario
last
let
pick.
me down.
I'm telling you, like what we said in the beginning, it was going to be a lot of close games, and it
Yeah,
was. I was actually watching Mario's game real closely, and I actually texted Mario, and he was like, he was up because Eckler was going off, and so he got a concussion.
yeah.
And it came down to literally last game, like last quarter, where Mario actually lost. So it was his fault. He was holding on. He was holding on strong. But there was a lot of good games last week. A lot of close games.
Man, it was. It was. Quan tried to give me a scare. I wasn't trying to budge. It was one of those 50-50 games that I was supposed to lose. So I'll take it.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
take it.
So I'm sitting at 13-2, and you're at 12-3. Yeah, like I said, only one you missed was Mario game with Clarence. And Clarence's team was 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Clarence's team is. I'm looking at his team. It's not. This is on paper. It doesn't seem that strong, but he's 3-0. So I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing bad about it. He's doing his thing.
How long do you think that's going to hold up?
I, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to say anything bad because I want the bad karma on me. I already talked shit once this year and got my ass whooped after that. So right now, for the rest of the year, I'm trying to be cordial. I'm trying to
Humble.
be humble. So I'm saying to the fancy guys, Clarence is going to do all right.
I
Go
respect
Clarence.
that.
So let's go over these winners. Or I'm sorry, these games. Should we do you not first or do us last?
Let's just start it off with I think I'm going to still win.
Okay.
I think it's going to be close. It could be close or
Yeah.
it could be 150 to 330.
I was gonna pick you until I made that trade, and now I'm like, I might have a slight edge.
I think, never mind. I'm going to keep the karma good and positive and flowing. But I'm going to pick myself.
Okay. I'll pick myself too. You want to put a wager on it?
We could go 10 on it.
Which I was thinking something like, so there's a restaurant by Skylar's house. For all y'all who don't know, he live up there by Crystal City, called Urban Thai that I really love.
Oh, they got the good pineapple rice.
So I was gonna say, if I win, you need to go to Urban Thai and grab me some of that chicken fried rice and then bring it to the house.
Okay. I don't have where you live ain't nothing I want. So
Ain't nothing down here that you really want, huh? Yeah, that's
yeah,
fair. That's fair.
no.
Stafford ain't really popping like that. You got Woodbridge.
Yeah, I don't really want nothing. I live by where everything is good. So
Yeah, you are in Arlington, so I can't really. We'll think of something then. We'll think of something.
yeah, we'll come back to that and
Yeah.
update y'all.
Okay. Chase versus Clarence. Who you got?
Whew, I think I got an upset. I think Chase is gonna win.
I got Chase too. Devontae's out. Debo's out. They said Keenan might come back, but he might be out.
Mm-hmm.
So again, Clarence's team has been winning without them though. But
I feel like Chase's team has the better players and matchups. Yeah. So
I got Chase as well.
Yeah.
And Mario versus EJ.
He got a bye week.
Yeah.
Bye week.
Easy one. No upset this week on that one. Quan and Eamon. I got Eamon.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
I got Eamon, and then I got Ray beating BK.
Yeah, I got Ray beating BK. So why you have Eamon over Quan? Just curious.
I like his team, and I think Deontay Johnson's going to have a big game. I think, again, Zach Moss, I think he's going to have a big game.
Yeah.
Just because I gave him to, Eamon. Thanks for Darnold. Appreciate it.
Facts.
So I'm trying to lean on the fantasy gods here because I beat Eamon in another league and it was close. And he always gets me in every league. So I'm going to root for him this time.
Okay. That's try to get that good karma.
Yeah.
I have the same sentiments. Like I think he has I think Goff and Geno have good games. They got good matchups. And again, Zach Moss is in a good place too, but mainly because of Goff and Geno.
And also the receivers. Like,
yeah,
I don't see Tyreek Hill doing anything with that quarterback situation. Devontae could always have a game. They put Aiden O'Connell in. I know he'll feed him the rock or try. But T. Higgins is losing money. I don't see him. Maybe, but I don't see him having a big game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go with you, man.
Yeah, I agree. So we're all picking the same except for you versus me, I believe. Yeah. So we'll see how it turns out. One of us is gonna be 5-5. One of us is gonna be 4-5. 4 out of 5. So going over last week's DK, bruh, I have never scored that many points on DK ever before. 199 was 199.26. Like my team had went off. I could not be stopped.
And the lights turned red because I'm dead at this damn DraftKings, man. Terrible, bro. I don't think I'm gonna win this week, but I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all my lineup.
Go
at
ahead.
QB, I got Jaden Daniels. At running back, I got B. Allen from the Jets, and then I got Derrick Henry. Receiver DK, Olave, and Worthy. Tight end Goddard, flex Mooney, and defense Texans against Jacksonville.
So you got pretty good savings there on Umbrella now. And how much is that?
$100. I got $100 left over.
Okay. I got Geno Smith at quarterback. I got Jerome Ford and Zach Moss at running backs. I got Godwin, Jennings from San Fran, and Smith and Jigma. So both of us are thinking the Seahawks have a good game.
Yeah.
You both have Goddard, and I have Aaron Jones in the flex for a revenge game playing against Green Bay.
Ooh.
And I have Dolphins defense playing against Tennessee because anybody who plays Tennessee is gonna put up points.
Exactly.
Anybody playing against it, and I think I had $0 remaining. So that was
you spent it.
Yeah, all of it. And I thought about changing it several times because actually I did change it once. This lineup was I'm not as proud or I don't feel as strongly with this lineup as I did last week. But I'm hoping for that Geno connection, that stack to pan out for me.
I'm just hoping to win. Any means necessary, man.
$5 a week is good money for me. It's gas money right there. My DK blowing up.
Man, to hell with DraftKings. Can't tolerate this losing no more.
So you betting against me and 50-50s too, you said?
Huh?
Like bet against others people or just you and I?
Oh, just you and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not losing no real money then?
Yeah.
Okay, we good then.
Because I would have been like,
Right. It would have been a problem.
well, this was an experiment.
Right, $5 is a good spot. Like you lose $5, you're like, damn, it sucks, but it's not really hurting you. But you put $20 a game, it's like, wait a minute, this is the last week we go do this. It's the last week until I win again.
Facts.
All right, man. That's all we got for y'all this week. Thanks for joining in. Thank you, EJ, for joining us and having some fun. In my opinion, it was a good trade, but y'all can talk y'all shit and say what you want to say. Don't crown nobody yet. It's a long season, so we'll see what happens. But that's all we got for y'all this week. We out.
We out. Good luck to y'all teams, except when you playing mine. Peace.